Well, this is out of a new camera, so we'll check the quality. Not too sure of the lighting, but I'm going to give it a go and see how it works. Today I went downtown to visit the Occupy Kelowna. What I really wanted to do was get some of the stories of some of the people that are homeless and find out they've been all put away. I didn't find anybody out there. One guy that I really wanted to get his story, he's suffering from post-traumatic stress. Found out they put him in a psych area. Now I did hear some of the protesters wanted to get rid of the homeless because they were scared it was going to give them a bad name. And I was sort of against that because that's who you're fighting for. I've heard of people that have worked on these orchards and not get paid a dime because they think, oh, they're just fools and they can't even file a report to even make a complaint. So very much the fruit here, the wine that is being made here in Kelowna. You've heard of blood diamonds? Well, here in Kelowna we got blood fruit and blood wine. It's made out of slave labor that people don't even get a dime for picking fruit here. They take advantage of them, and it is hard friggin' work. And this one guy that I was talking to, he was native, and it's like, how in the world do natives not have the same issues of everybody else that's involved in this Occupy Kelowna or Occupy movement? It's like, even there are some of the most amazing people down there, but the criminal mind, the greed that is taken over. I went down there just to, I was going to be more quiet and see if how welcome I was. I certainly was not welcome there. From my observation, they actually did an awful lot to push people away while they're trying to attract people. And it's like, how is this movement ever going to grow if you're too busy pushing people away? and there are too many people with greed agendas that, the economy is crashing, so they just basically want the ability to get back to business the way they were doing. They don't want to solve any problems. They can't even recognize the systems that need to be changed. They want the systems back, but just so that it works for them at the cost of doing harm to everybody else. So I was very, very disappointed that everybody that is suffering the most, they basically got them all away. It's like the middle class has created extreme poverty, extreme hardship on the lower class. But now that the middle class is now being forced into poverty, they don't really give a shit about the 1%. They just want their greed back, the greed that kept a lower class alive. There are still some really, really great, amazing people. I spent the day and met some really, really interesting people. So I'm not saying that everybody within this movement is somebody that I still support the movement. But we're headed towards a massive, massive collapse. Big time. And one of the warnings that I'd like to give everybody that lives in this Kelowna area is there's been some people that have been able to see things that other people can't see. And there's some visions that I've heard from more than one person that there's going to be a major earthquake in this area. And it was predicted that as soon as there's a new bridge and one taller building was in place, that shortly after that there's going to be a massive earthquake. And what I've been hearing is they're just so consumed with growth and development here that what they're trying to do is build more skyscrapers on land that, there's just a water fault underneath it. So as soon as they start drilling for these new buildings, they're going to erupt a massive, massive earthquake in this Kelowna area. So, people can ignore the warnings. This collapse was seen more than 20 years ago. As soon as you introduce free trade and get all of your labor done out of your country, taking everybody's jobs away so you don't have any money to even buy the stuff cheaper, you're going to crash your economy. This was seen more than 20 years ago, but nobody wanted to listen. People seen that there was going to be a massive collapse, like this, Peter Schiff or whatever, thinks he's a genius because he's seen the housing bubble crash prediction. It's like people seen that way before him. He's no genius because he only seen it a few years ago. He just knows how to do math, and he did the math enough to let everybody know. There is some math going on if you know, fault lines and how these earthquakes are all man-made because of the way we treat Mother Earth. It's not hard to see there's going to be a major earthquake here in the Kelowna area. And I really don't see that this is going to be stopped because nobody here in the Kelowna area wants to actually wake up. They just want their greed back. So it was really, really disappointing. I am hearing that I'm probably a big threat in this town now because I was a little bit really vocal. So quite a few people have told me that I'm quite the threat in this town. I'm high profile. Some people was saying that people know who I am. You could tell by I walk down the street and what they look at me for. So apparently I've raised a lot of shit in this town. So those that I've been raising shit for, those that are against this Occupy movement, at the core root of it, I do think it is about social injustice. So what is social injustice? It is the sex trade industry. It is about sexually abusing children. It is about people that want to work and have worked but don't get paid. Here in Canada, it is about social injustice. So those businesses that don't support this movement, that's what you're supporting, is everything that's criminally wrong. So I'm sorry for pointing a finger, and I'm sorry if that sort of stirs a little bit of shit, but it's only when you can see everything that's wrong and want to do everything that's right, it's like everybody gets what you want. At the end of the day, everybody that's doing everything wrong, they can actually be the winners of this game. And they don't lose anything. They actually gain what it is they're actually after. So maybe I haven't necessarily communicated that message as clearly, that maybe I'm just, I'm pointing a finger and you need to lose. No, what I'm trying to say is everybody gets to win. This whole Kelowna area, if it was transformed, this could be the biggest healing place, the best place for technology, the best places to find the answers to everything we don't know could be here in Kelowna. It could be the hub of everything that's new. But instead, we want it to be the place of everything that's wrong. On big cancer hospitals opening up, on anybody that's going to be making any investments on buildings that's just going to cause a massive earthquake, you're all going to lose your shirts big time. It's like, go buy yourself some insurance on anything you're going to invest in this area. But then even buying the insurance, those companies are going to go under, because look at what happened with Katrina. People didn't get their insurance. The insurance game is a big con game. So no matter what, you can put your money into an investment and lose all your money from the earthquake, put insure it and lose your money by buying insurance like you'll never see the light of day. But at the end of the day, what is it you really want? Do you want to be successful? Because you ain't getting any success doing it the way you're doing it now. But if you were open-minded, we could stop this game and turn it around. But I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a lot of really, really closed-minded people that think they got an answer to something, and all they're doing is just trying to do the same game all over again. And, you know, this collapse is going to happen real friggin' fast. I don't know what it's like in your areas, but in this area, the level is so outstanding. All of the people that I've seen that were good are gone. There is a few, very few of the core people that are trying to start this up. I would trust them with my life. And it's almost like they're trying to deal with the very insane people and think in some way, shape, or form they can get the insane people to change their mind. But I'm not seeing that happen. Very, very small group. And everything that I've seen there today has been basically pushing people away, and they can't even see how much they pushed people away. They didn't try to gain anybody to their group. They just pushed everybody away. So I don't know. Just looks like more and more insanity. I don't even know what direction to go into next. I'm totally shocked. I know I won't go down there because who am I going to interview? All of the people that had the most brilliant information are gone. They're threatened. And I suspect it is the protesters that are out there. The business suits that are trying to control this Occupy movement didn't really like being around homeless people. So I'm pretty sure they're the ones that made the complaints and got them away. So, I don't know. Pure insanity. And I'm pretty sure there's patterns within patterns. If that's going on in this town, it's got to be happening in every other town. There's got to be a lot of infighting because nobody's open-minded yet. So until you feel the pain of everything that's wrong, you'll never know what's right. So it really, really does look like we got to go through a hell of a lot more pain before we're ever going to figure out what the solutions are. So it is a matter of seclude myself again until people are a little bit more ready to have the conversation. Again, I talked with some really, truly amazing people. They are out there. There's just not that many of them. So, anyways, peace out. There's my report for today. Not seeing too much I would ever get involved in yet. Maybe if they still have conversations with each other, maybe they will turn around. Maybe they need to see that, hey, our numbers aren't up. Maybe we're doing something wrong. Maybe when they're ready to solve the problems that they're dealing with, then I could go down. But right now, they're not a group that I would want to belong to. Not yet. There are a few there. Like I say, I'm not criticizing everybody. I'm just criticizing the greedy ones that happen to be down there and tending to push their agendas on everybody. Until those people change their mind and recognize where they're going wrong and start listening to people, I got nothing. I won't listen to them as long as they're not listening to me or listening to anybody else. All I've seen was them push. Not one person asked anybody any questions of what's bothering them. Not from what I've seen. So there's my report for the day. Peace and love.